Now, as the third wave threatens to sweep across the country, several schools in Gauteng have had to shut down due to positive COVID-19 cases. More than 1,000 children tested positive in the past 2 weeks. There are now growing calls for the Basic Education Department to close schools. Let's now speak to the Gauteng Education MEC, Panyaza Lesufi. MEC, thank you so much for your time. Are we seeing a rise in infections amongst pupils?
Thank you so much, Clement, and thanks for the opportunity to join you on your new show. Unfortunately, or sadly so, we have to agree that we are seeing a rising number of cases in our schools. For example, in Gauteng, we've got close to 2,300 schools that are public institutions. Of the 2,300 schools, a total number of 2,226 schools have one case or another of COVID. So it's a clear indication that it's widespread, it's within our schools. We just have to ensure that we live within the COVID regulations and ensure that we protect both our educators and our learners. Fortunately and fortunately, we've not recorded any form of death or so within our school premises.
So what do you think could be the solution? Just continuing to observe those non-pharmaceutical protocols? Or do you understand where some stakeholders, like political parties like the EFF, now even threatening to shut down schools in 7 days if the education minister doesn't take any decisive decision? Do you support that calls for schools to shut down, especially now as we are technically in a third wave?
Clement, we have to be expert-driven. We are where we are now because of experts, and they've demonstrated their knowledge last year. When everyone said that we must shut down schools, and they insisted that children are not super spreaders and that we need to confine those protocols that they've requested us to confine ourselves to. So if they indeed, as experts, indicate to us that there's an urgent need to shut down schools, obviously we'll do so. There is a process led by the national minister, and also there is a national team led by our cabinet, and they will indicate we've done that. We've closed schools before, and if there's an urgent need to close them again, I don't think it will be a serious problem. But we don't have to eliminate experts. Experts knows the virus, and experts knows when to close or shut down schools, and they will consult us. And anytime they consult us, we will be more willing. We are open-minded. It doesn't mean that we have to close our eyes and ears on something that is so devastating as like this virus. So we'll monitor the situation, but the most important aspect, allow the experts to advise us, and we'll take the advice and adhere to that advice. If the advice comes tomorrow to say shut down the school, we'll do so.
But are the schools ready, though? What's the state of readiness in the various schools in the province as we head into the third wave?
Fortunately, we'll be closing for the end of the second term, which is our half-yearly recess. We really believe that that's the recess that will assist us to cushion the impact of the virus. So if there is a need either to bring the holidays earlier, I think we'll be ready. But if there is a need to maintain the current school calendar, we'll have to be ready.